Did NASA accidentally kill life on Mars? It's a shocking question, but one that's gaining serious attention among scientists. Back in 1976, NASA's Viking landers made history as the first U.S. spacecraft to successfully touch down on the Martian surface. Their mission was groundbreaking, to search for signs of life on the red planet. However, a controversial new theory suggests that instead of discovering Martian microbes, the Viking landers might have inadvertently destroyed them. How? By using too much water in their experiments, an approach that could have been deadly to life uniquely adapted to Mars' dry, salty environment. Let's explore this theory, examine the evidence, and see if NASA's quest for discovery might have had unintended consequences. NASA's Viking missions. Let's take a trip back to the 1970s, a time of disco fever, bell-bottom jeans, and humanity's growing fascination with the cosmos. NASA was on a mission to answer one of the biggest questions in science: is there life beyond Earth? To tackle this, they launched the Viking program, a groundbreaking effort to explore Mars like never before. The Viking 1 and Viking 2 missions, each equipped with an orbiter and a lander, were designed to study the red planet up close. The landers carried out state-of-the-art experiments specifically aimed at detecting microbial life. The excitement was palpable. These machines were humanity's first boots-on-the-ground attempt to uncover whether Mars could host life. But as thrilling as the mission was, the results were anything but clear. Some experiments hinted at biological activity, while others provided conflicting data. By the end, scientists reached a sobering conclusion: Mars was likely lifeless. Case closed, right? Well, not quite. Decades later, some scientists are re-examining the Viking data and suggesting that we may have jumped to conclusions, or worse, that our methods might have destroyed what we were looking for. Did NASA drown Martian microbes? Fast forward to today, and a shocking theory from German astrobiologist Dirk Schulze-Mackok has reignited this question. He claims that the Viking landers' methods in 1976 might have accidentally killed any potential life on Mars by introducing too much water. Now you might think, wait, isn't water essential for life? Sure, on Earth. But Mars is a hyper-arid world, far drier than Earth's harshest deserts. According to Schulze-Mackok, if Martian microbes existed, they would likely be adapted to thrive in those ultra-dry conditions. When NASA added water to Martian soil samples during their experiments, it might have overwhelmed these microbes, effectively drowning them. Picture overwatering a cactus. It can't handle the excess moisture, and the same might apply to life on Mars. This theory suggests that in trying to find life, we might have accidentally destroyed it. A lesson from Earth's Atacama Desert. To understand this theory, let's look at Earth's Atacama Desert in Chile, one of the driest places on the planet. Despite its extreme aridity, life manages to survive there. But here's the twist. Organisms in the Atacama don't rely on liquid water like most life forms we know. Instead, they cling to salts that absorb tiny amounts of moisture from the air. These hygroscopic salts act as lifelines, drawing in just enough water vapor to sustain microbial life. It's an incredibly delicate balance, perfectly suited to the harsh desert environment. Now imagine pouring a bucket of water into the Atacama. You'd think it might help these organisms flourish, right? Wrong. It could actually disrupt their survival mechanism, drowning them in an environment they're not equipped to handle. Schulze-Mackok suggests that the Viking landers did something similar on Mars. By adding water to Martian soil samples, they might have overwhelmed any microbes adapted to survive in Mars' hyper-arid conditions, destroying the very life they were trying to find. The follow the water debate. Here's where things get tricky: NASA's long-standing follow the water strategy. The concept is straightforward. On Earth, water is essential for life, so finding water elsewhere increases the odds of discovering life. But this approach might be clouded by an Earth-centric bias. While life on Earth absolutely requires water, life on Mars, if it exists, might not play by the same rules. Schulze-Mackok argues that Martian microbes could be fundamentally different, adapted to Mars' hyper-arid conditions. Instead of adding water to soil samples, NASA might have achieved better results by using salts to replicate Mars' natural environment. Think about it. If microbes on Mars are clinging to salts to survive, much like organisms in Earth's Atacama Desert, dumping water on them could destroy their delicate equilibrium. The very substance we associate with life could have drowned any Martian organisms in their own habitat. This raises a tough question. Is our Earth-based logic holding us back from truly understanding alien life? What did the Viking landers find? The Viking landers conducted 3 primary experiments to detect life on Mars, each with intriguing yet inconclusive results. The gas exchange experiment searched for signs of biological activity by detecting gases released from Martian soil samples, but found no evidence of life. On the other hand, the labeled release experiment added nutrients to the soil, and surprisingly, it showed positive results, suggesting something might have metabolized the nutrients. The pyrolytic release experiment also hinted at potential biological activity, though its findings were not definitive. Adding to the mystery, one of Viking's instruments detected chlorinated organic compounds, which are typically linked to life. However, at the time, scientists dismissed this as contamination from Earth-based cleaning fluids. Decades later, NASA's Curiosity and Perseverance rovers confirmed the presence of organic compounds on Mars, reigniting the question, did the Viking landers unknowingly discover life but fail to interpret the evidence correctly? What's the evidence for Martian microbes? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's still no definitive proof of life on Mars. However, there is compelling evidence that the planet was once much wetter and warmer, creating conditions that might have been suitable for life. For instance, ancient riverbeds and lake beds visible on the Martian surface strongly suggest that liquid water once flowed across the planet. This points to a past environment far different from the cold, arid desert we see today. Adding to this, salts discovered on the Martian surface may indicate that water evaporated, leaving behind briny residues. These salts could be a key to understanding Mars' hydrological history and its potential to host life. Modern rovers such as Curiosity and Perseverance have also detected organic molecules on Mars. While not direct evidence of life, these molecules are essential building blocks and hint at the possibility of past biological activity. If life ever existed on Mars, it's possible that some microbes adapted to survive in the planet's current extreme conditions. Its dry, salty environment could harbor organisms that are well suited to thrive in such settings. To uncover the truth, future experiments must be designed with these unique conditions in mind, moving beyond Earth-centric approaches to searching for life. Could this theory be tested? So what's next? Can we prove or disprove Schultz-Mackay's theory? The short answer is maybe. Future missions to Mars could include experiments specifically designed to test for life in hyperarid environments. Instead of adding water, scientists could use salts to replicate Mars' natural conditions and see if any microbes respond. NASA's Perseverance rover is already collecting samples that will be returned to Earth for analysis. These samples could provide crucial insights into whether life ever existed or still exists on Mars. But here's the thing. Proving life on Mars requires extraordinary evidence. Even if we find signs of microbial activity, scientists will need to rule out every possible explanation before declaring a discovery. What if NASA did kill Martian life? Let's take a moment to imagine the unthinkable. What if Schultz-Mackay's theory is correct, and the Viking missions inadvertently killed Martian microbes? The sheer irony would be tragic. NASA spent billions of dollars and years of effort to answer one of humanity's biggest questions. Are we alone? Only to potentially destroy the very life it sought to find. It would be a sobering lesson in unintended consequences, serving as a wake-up call for future missions. Experiment designs would need to be rethought from the ground up, taking into account the possibility that alien life might not follow Earth-based biological rules. However, let's not cast blame too quickly. In the 1970s, scientists were operating with limited knowledge. The idea that water, the ultimate elixir of life on Earth, could harm living organisms would have seemed utterly nonsensical. Their approach was based on the best information available at the time. If anything, this theory underscores how much we've advanced in understanding Mars in extreme environments. It's a testament to the progress of astrobiology and a reminder of how carefully we must tread as we continue to explore alien worlds. Why this matters? Why should we care if there's life on Mars? Because finding life beyond Earth would be one of the most groundbreaking discoveries in human history. It would reshape our understanding of biology, evolution, and our place in the universe. If life exists, or once thrived on Mars, it would mean Earth isn't the only cradle of life. It would suggest that the conditions for life are not as rare as we think, opening the door to the possibility that life could be scattered throughout the cosmos. Such a discovery wouldn't just be scientific, it would be deeply philosophical. It would make us rethink how we view ourselves in the grand scheme of the universe. And if microbes could adapt to survive in Mars' harsh environment, what else might be out there in the vast, untapped regions of space? This isn't just about Mars. It's about humanity's quest to find its place in the cosmos. So did NASA accidentally kill life on Mars? The jury's still out. Schulze-McCouch's theory is intriguing, but it's just a theory. We'll need more data, better experiments, and a fresh approach to searching for life on Mars. In the meantime, this debate reminds us of the challenges and the stakes of exploring other worlds. Whether or not we find life on Mars, the search itself pushes the boundaries of human knowledge and inspires us to keep looking. So what do you think? Did NASA's Viking landers wipe out potential Martian microbes, or is this theory a stretch? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more mind-blowing space content.